This arrogant billionaire is casually sipping coffee in the middle of a courtroom. The judge politely asks him to speak up, but he raises his hand to shush the judge, because before the trial begins, he insists on having his lawyer taste his favorite coffee first. But just as the lawyer stands up, the billionaire suddenly breaks into a violent coughing fit.
Mr. Cole, are you all right?
Cole is rushed to his own hospital, and his assistant wastes no time bringing his prized coffee machine. But when he pulls back the curtain, he finds there's already another patient in the room.
What are you doing here?
Fighting for my life. You?
After his tests, Cole is wheeled back into the room. He's cursing up a storm, snapping at everyone in sight. At this point, he still thinks it's nothing serious, convinced he'll be fine by tomorrow. But then he's surprised to discover there's actually another patient sharing his room.
What was that?
Who the hell are you?
Oh, God. What am I, in the morgue?
This is how they first meet. Cole is a billionaire. Carter is an ordinary car mechanic. But in the end, their paths will converge. Cole gets his head shaved for surgery. He's not happy about it, because nobody's come to see him. Only his assistant is there, desperately hinting, what happens to the company if you're gone? He's also irritated, because he only wants a private room.
You have publicly defended this policy countless times. You run hospitals, not health spas. 2 beds to a room, no exception.
I've never been sick before.
Worth billions, yet going into major surgery with no one by his side. Is that a successful life or a tragic one? Meanwhile, his roommate Carter has family visiting him every day. A long hospital stay can wear anyone down emotionally. His wife notices Carter feeling low, but instead of picking a fight, she smiles and gently changes the subject. Carter and his wife have been together for 45 years. He knows exactly how sick he is, so he refuses to become an emotional burden on his wife. After surgery, the top doctor tells Cole his condition has reached the final stage and they've done all they can. From here on out, chemo is all that's left and he's on his own. But right now, Cole's tougher than the coffee beans he loves so much.
Love the smell of chemo in the morning.
The doctor is about to leave when Carter stops him. For nearly a month now, he's been completely in the dark about his own chemo results. So he asks the doctor to take a look, but the doctor's swamped, and Carter's not even his patient, so he brushes him off. After the doctor leaves, Cole can't help himself and asks Carter what chemo actually feels like.
If you don't mind round-the-clock vomiting, watching your veins turn black, and feeling like your bones are made of napalm, stay at the beach.
As you leave.
Once I hear people react to it differently.
And Carter can't help asking what that fancy contraption over there is for. Cole explains it's a siphon coffee brewer.
What else does it do?
What else does it have to do?
Carter hasn't seen much of the world, but he's extremely well-read. After some banter, he schools Cole on the origins of coffee, but he holds one thing back. He doesn't mention where civet coffee actually comes from. As they chat, the two grow closer. Carter helps Cole straighten his clothes, and Cole invites Carter to a fancy meal. But Carter, a chemo veteran, politely declines, because he knows it's all going to come right back up, and gives Cole a look that says it all.
Best in L.A. Ain't the best in L.A. no more.
During chemo, Cole is absolutely miserable, constantly wrecked by the treatment, while Carter always has different family members coming to see him. Cole feels like a beggar peering into someone else's happiness. Staring at his worn-out reflection in the mirror, he can't help but sigh.
Somewhere, some lucky guy's having a heart attack.
Carter's son hands him a gift, a Mustang model car from his grandson. Carter's touched, and a genuine smile lights up his face for the first time in a while.
I always wanted one of those.
Yeah. I remember.
After his son leaves, Cole curiously asks Carter what his kids do for a living, and Carter wastes no time proudly showing off his children. His 2 sons are a tax attorney and an engineer, and his youngest daughter is a concert violinist. But when Carter asks about Cole's family, he gets vague, clearly hiding something. Turns out Cole dropped out of school at 16 to start a business. The free-spirited man went through 4 marriages, and none of them lasted.
Only successful marriage I had was me and my work.
But Carter's life has its own regrets too. He'd wanted to become a history professor, but got his girlfriend pregnant in college. An ordinary man with a family to feed, had no choice but to give up his studies. He spent his entire life as an auto mechanic.
I always meant to go back, but 45 years goes by pretty fast.
Like smoke through a keyhole.
Regret and fulfillment were never opposites. Carter folded his dreams into everyday life, carrying the weight of his family with quiet devotion. Chemo bonds the 2 old men through shared suffering. Sometimes Cole grits his teeth in agony. Sometimes Carter breaks out in a cold sweat from the pain. They play cards together, take walks together, and gradually become the closest of friends. The nurse tells Carter his chemo is done, and now they just have to wait for the final results. But deep down, he already knows. So he grabs a pen and paper and starts writing a bucket list, hoping to give his life a proper ending. Just then, the doctor walks in with a grim expression, bringing bad news for Cole.
6 months. A year if we're lucky. I mean, there is an experimental program that we've been conducting, and I don't want to get your hopes up, but I think you would be an excellent candidate for that. I mean, it's cutting edge.
Hey, Doc.
Yes?
Blocking like you.
even facing the end. Cole tries to keep his composure. The doctor's about to leave, but Cole stops him and asks if Carter has any questions.
I mean, I'm not familiar with Mr. Chambers.
Well, get familiar. I just wanted to know how I stand, so.
How about I'll go take a look at your chart?
Only after the doctor leaves does Cole take off his glasses. This man who spent his whole life controlling empires and defining himself by strength, when faced with forces beyond anyone's control, finally lets all the walls come down.
There was a survey once. 1,000 people asked if they could know in advance would they want to know the exact day of their death. 96% of them said no. I always kind of leaned toward the other 4%. I thought it would be liberating, knowing how much time you had left to work with. It turns out, it's not.
After learning he only has about a year left, Carter reacts like most people would. No dramatic outbursts, just quiet worry for his family, and that small private ripple that belongs only to him. The next morning, the assistant wakes Cole up early and asks how he wants to handle his affairs.
Treat it as if it were your own.
So, leave all the money to my assistant.
That's when Cole picks up a piece of paper from the floor. Carter sees it and tells him to give it back right now.
Give it back. It's on the floor. I didn't know it was a state secret.
It's the bucket list Carter threw away in a moment of despair. Do a random act of kindness for a stranger. Laugh until I cry. But of course Cole can't resist throwing shade, saying this bucket list is seriously underwhelming. Then he grabs the pen and starts adding his own wishes.
What the hell is witness something majestic?
You ever been to the Himalayas?
Driving Mustang Shelby, not bad. I got one, all right. How about skydiving? Now we're on to something.
Well, you're onto something? Let me see that. Kiss the most beautiful girl in the world? How do you propose doing that?
Volume.
Cole says with total confidence. Let's just do it. Let's complete this list. He's got more than enough money. He can make anything happen. But thinking it over, Carter still hesitates. So Cole twists the knife. Well, your only other option is to go home and wait to die. Sure, his family would be there for what's left. But at this point, there's nothing they can really do. Why not make up for lost time? And live for yourself for once? Cole knows exactly which buttons to push. Carter wavers. But when his wife finds out, she's completely against it. What kind of dying man doesn't stay with his family? But Carter's mind is made up.
Why don't you tell our children that? See what they say when they find out you've given up on them.
Given up on them? I've got 45 years greased up under the hood of a car so that they didn't want for anything. And they didn't. I think I've earned some time for myself.
To do what? Run off with a total stranger?
He's not a stranger.
I'm your wife.
And I'm your husband. And I'm their father. And I'm a grandfather. And I'm a damn mechanic.
And you're a fool. You're a fool who thinks he's figured out a way how not to have cancer.
I'm sorry.
Carter is a man who spent his whole life sacrificing for others. And maybe the meaning of life is this. After all those years of living for everyone else, don't forget to stop once in a while and light a candle for yourself. First item on the bucket list, skydiving, even with less than a year to live. Carter, who's terrified of heights, totally chickens out. He screams that he's not doing this, but gets pushed out anyway.
No!
Cole jumps right after him with a huge grin. The two old buddies can't stop bickering even in free fall.
How about this, huh? This is living! I hate your rotten gut!
The cautious Carter pulls his chute early, while the thrill-seeking Cole waits way too long, scaring his tandem instructor half to death.
Pull the damn cord!
I was in love, boy.
They both land safely in the end. First item, check. Second item, drive a Mustang on a racetrack. Cole straight up buys Carter's dream car. They suit up in professional racing gear and experience pure speed and adrenaline on the track. Carter ends up having the time of his life and absolutely wrecks Cole's car in the process.
Did you just make a penis reference?
What if I did?
Jeez! You're gonna kill us both!
Next, they take a private jet around the world. On the plane, Cole sneaks out of sight looking all suspicious. Then a gorgeous flight attendant emerges from the back. Carter, who's been pretending to sleep, catches every bit of it. Cole tiptoes back to his seat, only to find Carter staring right at him.
Medicinal.
As they fly over the Arctic, Carter marvels at the breathtaking landscape, calling it the work of a magnificent creator. Cole admits he loves the feeling too, because down there, it's nothing but emptiness.
Do I believe if I look up in the sky and promise this or that, the biggie will make all this go away? No.
then 95% of the people on Earth are wrong.
If life has taught me anything, it's that 95% of the people are always wrong.
It's called faith.
Cole seems to mock faith, but really, he's revealing his fear of dying alone. Carter seems certain in his beliefs, yet there's a hint of regret for things left undone. Their debate about faith isn't really about religion. It's about what it means to be alive. When their plane lands in Paris, Cole takes him to a restaurant he's been going to for 30 years. They savor a world-class meal as the sun sets. Gazing out the window, Cole can't help but share that his most unforgettable memory was Emily's 10th birthday. That's when Carter learns Cole has a daughter, but sadly, they haven't spoken in a very long time. So Carter pulls out the bucket list and adds a new item: reconnect with your daughter. Cole angrily snatches it and crosses it out. He's about to argue when Carter suddenly gets up from the table. Cole thinks he's angry and follows him, but in the restroom, he discovers there's blood on Carter's shirt. Cole immediately urges him to go to the hospital.
Just busted out of the hospital, huh? It's all right. Look, it's already stopped, see?
Since Carter's clothes are ruined, Cole takes him to his Paris villa. Carter can't wait to try out the bathtub with a TV in it. But just then, Cole gets a call from Carter's wife. She cuts right to the chase: "Give me back my husband."
I've been a nurse my entire adult life. Had a ringside seat to more human tragedy than any woman should ever have to bear. Now, I'm prepared for my husband to die. I'm just not prepared to lose him while he's still alive.
Cole's stuck, so he leaves the choice to Carter. He awkwardly tries to suggest Carter go home, but Carter sees right through it. His wife got to him. When Carter decided to go on this trip and complete the bucket list, it wasn't just an impulse. It was a deliberate choice. Even before the diagnosis, Carter had sensed something was off in his marriage. After the kids moved out, that feeling like he couldn't even cross the street without holding her hand, it just vanished.
She was the same woman I fell in love with. She hadn't changed. But somehow everything was different. We'd lost something along the way.
Cole doesn't understand, but he respects Carter's decision. So the next day, they hit the road again, off to Africa, singing at the top of their lungs across the savannah, watching lions and zebras, witnessing the great wildebeest migration, in awe of nature's vast beauty. Then they head to the pyramids of Egypt. Sitting on top, watching the sunset, Carter suddenly recalls an ancient legend. He says the ancients had a beautiful belief about the afterlife. They believed that before entering heaven, the gods would ask them two questions, and whether the gates of heaven open depends on their answers. Curious, Cole wants to give it a try.
Have you found joy in your life?
Yes.
Has your life brought joy to others?
I don't know, don't think about how other people gauge
The second question stumps Cole. He can't say for sure if he's ever brought joy to others. When Carter presses him, he brings up his daughter again. After divorcing his wife, he paid massive child support, hoping to stay close with his daughter. But over time, it dwindled to holiday visits and polite phone calls. Cole was devastated when he found out his daughter had a boyfriend. He had the guy investigated and discovered the boyfriend was bad news. For her own good, he objected, but that only pushed her further away. She ignored his warnings, married the guy immediately, and didn't even invite Cole to the wedding. But as a father, he just felt his daughter was too kind-hearted. She just didn't have the eyes to see the truth. And Cole's warning came true all too soon after the wedding.
First time he hit her, she came to me. I wanted to bash his brains in. She wouldn't let me. Said she loved him, said it wasn't his fault, he'd had a few drinks. She was the one picked the fight. Next time it happened, she didn't come to me. The ex told me. Nice to hear her voice again.
What did you do?
What any father would do. I took care of it. I called a guy who called a guy who handles these kinds of things. Don't know what he said, don't know what he did. All I know is he didn't kill him, and my daughter never heard from him again.
How did she react?
Called me names you wouldn't believe, and worse. Said I was dead to her. I'm not proud of everything I did. I'm pretty sure I'd do it all again, so they don't let me into Egyptian heaven because my daughter hates me. Well, then I guess that's just the way it goes.
When his daughter's life fell apart, Cole's reaction wasn't to talk it out. It was to destroy. His way of protecting his daughter was pure primal instinct. His claim of no regrets is really a father's declaration of helplessness. We spend our whole lives loving others the only way we know how, even when that love has rough edges that cut both ways. They visit the Taj Mahal in India, and Cole suddenly asks how Carter wants to say goodbye to this world someday. Carter doesn't hesitate. Keep it simple. Just put him in his favorite coffee can and bury it somewhere with a beautiful view. So the next day, they head to China. Just as they finally reach the wonder Carter's been dreaming of, the assistant brings bad news. There's a blizzard on the mountain. Helicopters can't go up. The earliest they could try would be next spring. spring. But these two old men don't have much time left. They might not even make it to next spring before ending up in that coffee can themselves. So Cole suggests they swing by Hong Kong instead. Carter's chatting with a bartender about Everest when a mysterious woman joins the conversation, saying Everest gave her an experience like nothing else. Carter asks if she heard the voice of the mountain at the summit, because he once read a climber's account in a book that described a sound like hearing the voice of God. Their shared love of Everest creates an instant connection. The woman hints that she has a room upstairs. Carter is surprised at first, then settles into calm, because he's finally found the answer he's been looking for.
I appreciate that. But to see,
She's a very lucky woman.
well, I rather think I'm the lucky one.
Good for you.
Carter rushes to find Cole, desperate to go home right away, and he knows that woman was Cole's doing.
I was very clever of you, Edwin. How'd you know I wouldn't go through with it?
I didn't.
They pack up and head home immediately. As the plane flies over familiar land, a heaviness settles over both of them. After all, every leaf eventually returns to its roots. In the car heading home, Cole suddenly notices this isn't the way home. The assistant claims they have to detour due to road work. But when the car stops, and Cole looks out the window, he sees they're parked right outside his daughter Emily's house. It was all Carter's idea. Cole is furious they went behind his back. He storms out of the car and lashes out at Carter for meddling.
What are you so afraid of? Just because I told you my story does not invite you to be a part of it.
Oh, like the lady in the bar?
It's different.
Tell me how it's different.
Because it is!
How is it different?
You have no fucking idea who I am. I built $1 billion business up from nothing. Presidents have asked my advice. I have dined with royalty. And I'm supposed to make out like what? This trip was supposed to mean something to me? Like it was gonna change me? How did you see it playing out, Carter? I knock on the door, she answers. She's surprised and angry. But I tell her how much I love her and miss her. And oh, by the way, I'm gonna be dead soon, so I'm reaching out to you because I don't want to die alone.
Everyone's afraid to die alone.
I'm not everyone. This was supposed to be fun. That's all it ever was.
Cole tears up the bucket list right then and there. The meddling assistant gets dumped on the curb too. Carter standing there in silence isn't emptiness. It's 1,000 unspoken words. He understands Cole's pain. He believes in their bond, and he quietly resolves to stay by his side till the very end, learning to be gentle with who you are, like two weathered trees in the desert. The wind may whip the sand between them, but their roots are tangled together deep underground. They'll fight, but they'll never part. Carter arrives at his front door. He reaches for his key, hesitates, then rings the doorbell instead. He puts his hands in his pockets, then takes them out again. He's nervous. He wants to surprise his wife, just like he did 45 years ago. The door opens. Neither of them says a word, but it says everything, because he never stopped loving her. Cole returns to his empty mansion. Pacing through hollow rooms, he puts on a tough front, but deep down, he craves a family. Carter reunites with his family, gathered around the table. They're laughing and talking, their hearts full of each other. But Cole's only company is loneliness, and a fancy takeout container he can't even get open. Carter rediscovers that spark from the early days, and slow dances with his wife in their cozy living room. Lonely Cole brings in a couple of companions, trying to fill the void, but he still ends up crying against the window. Carter's wife has a surprise for him. It's been so long since they've been intimate. Carter's as nervous as their first time together. He can't decide whether to sit or stand, but when his wife comes out in a new outfit, she finds him collapsed on the floor.
Carter!
Cole is in a meeting, completely distracted. His billions don't mean anything to him anymore.
Mr. Cole?
Ever read The Divine Comedy?
His assistant rushes in, saying there's a call he absolutely has to take. Cole races to the hospital and learns that Carter's condition has gotten much worse. Carter's wife hands Cole a letter. It's one Carter left for him. Soon, Carter is prepped for his final surgery. He reaches into his bag and pulls out a piece of paper and asks Cole if he's still drinking that ridiculously expensive coffee.
Kopi Luwak is the world's most expensive coffee, though for some it falls under the category of too good to be true. In the Sumatran village where the beans are grown lives a breed of wild tree cat. These cats eat the beans, digest them, and then defecate. The villagers then collect and process the stools. It is the combination of the beans and the gastric juices of the tree cat that give Kopi Luwak its unique flavor and aroma. You're shitting me.
God's beat me to it.
They laugh so hard together, tears streaming down their faces. Carter pulls out the bucket list and crosses off laugh until I cry. It turns out Carter taped back together the list that Cole ripped up. Then he hands the bucket list to Cole. The rest is up to you now. You'll have to finish it alone.
I'm afraid it'll have to be.
Carter is wheeled into the operating room. The odds are terrible, but he still wants to take one last shot at life. Cole sits in his car, completely devastated, and opens the letter.
Dear Edward, I've gone back and forth the last few days trying to decide whether or not I should even write this. In the end, I realized I would regret it if I didn't. So, here goes. I know the last time we saw each other, we weren't exactly hitting the sweetest notes. Certain wasn't the way I wanted the trip to end. I suppose I'm responsible, and for that, I'm sorry. But in all honesty, if I had the chance, I'd do it again. Virginia said I left a stranger and came back a husband. I owe that to you. There's no way I can repay you for all you've done for me. So rather than try, I'm just going to ask you to do something else for me. Find the joy in your life. You once said you're not everyone. Well, that's true. You're certainly not everyone. But everyone is everyone. My pastor always says, our lives are streams flowing into the same river towards whatever heaven lies in the mist beyond the falls.
Hello, sweetie. Hi.
Find the joy in your life, Edward.
Cole gets to kiss the most beautiful girl in the world. But Carter didn't make it through surgery. Cole personally delivers Carter's eulogy. He speaks about their friendship. This man he'd only known for a few months changed his entire life. Then he pulls out the bucket list and crosses off, do a random act of kindness for a stranger. Because without even trying, Carter had helped Cole find his way out of the darkness.
The last months of his life were the best months of mine. He saved my life. And he knew it before I did.
Not long after, Cole reaches the end of his road too. His assistant climbs to the summit of Everest and places both their ashes together in a coffee can. At last, they complete the final item on the list. Witness something truly majestic.
Even now, I can't claim to understand the measure of a life, but I can tell you this. I know that when he died, his eyes were closed and his heart was open. And I'm pretty sure he was happy with his final resting place, because he was buried on the mountain, and that was against the law.
What is the meaning of life, really? Everyone has their own answer to that. The meaning of life isn't measured in years. It lives in those moments that make your heart skip a beat. This story tells us, make peace with those you resent. Because hatred is the cruelest prison you'll ever lock yourself in. Do that thing you've been dreaming about for 10 years. Because someday and never are pretty much the same empty promise. Love the people around you right now. Because the cruelest thing about goodbye isn't that it takes us away. It's that it erases every trace that we were ever here. The most beautiful thing about the bucket list is the truth it reveals. Leaving isn't the end. Being remembered is. Regret isn't the tragedy. Leaving with regret is. Don't wait until you're lying in that hospital bed to realize that the one thing you should have put on your bucket list all along was simply to live, truly live, every single day.